I mean, every single day, golly, we gotta go through some more and more and more stupid stuff. I mean, why we just can't get up and just get on live and just do our thing? It's just always some extra shit. Always some extra shit every single morning. I just don't, I want to, I just don't understand why. Why is it always some extra shit every single day? Y'all come on up in here talking this clapping. Let's go ahead and hit those likes. Y'all know what time it is. I've had to start over a couple of times, you guys. So let's go ahead and get those likes up. I was talking about letting you guys listen. I would expect more of it with the US being involved with the platform. Yes, I think it's going to be less of it, but more of it. I don't, it's going to be, I suspect that it's not going to be as easy to flag us, but at the same time, it's going to be hardcore on certain things like what I got in the window right now. And that's what I think. But, we have that the government owns, I don't know, I would say maybe about 6 months or so. They're going to try to get whatever deal they got going pretty quickly. So who knows? I'll say about 6 months, less than a year. Good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing this morning? Come on, let's go ahead and get this live popping. Oh, okay. So I see what was happening when I had the other picture up. They didn't want to push it out. So that's why it was taking so long for you guys to come up in here. And then I had to restart a couple of times. Good morning. Good morning. So yeah, they were tripping. I had a picture of a gentleman up here. I'm going to play this video, but you guys, I'm not going to let you see the video. I'm just going to let you hear it. I think hearing it may be enough. You guys can kind of, you can figure out who's who just by the way they sound. So I'm going to play this video this morning. You guys listen to it. It definitely is relevant to what's going on today. By the way, today is September 26th. It's my granddaughter's birthday in the next couple of days, though. So if you guys want to go ahead and give Chemistry a birthday gift, that would be great. An early birthday gift, that would be excellent. What are you talking about? What are you saying here? Like, oh, I don't know. TikTok is something else. TikTok is something else. So they just told me that my appeal wasn't approved, but I just started over. So what are you talking about? My appeal wasn't approved. That was the old live. That wasn't this one. So let's see if the numbers continue going up like they were, or are they going to go down? If they start going down again, I'm just going to probably hop to a whole new different platform, a whole new different page. Because we're going to get some push out this morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. I stay motivated. I gotta stay motivated. You gotta stay motivated because you gotta look these young people in the face and you gotta know that you're doing the best that you could do for the young people, and that's what keeps me motivated. Lotus, thank you so much for reposting the live. That is absolutely wonderful. If you guys don't know by now, you can repost the live on your page as well, so people will know where you are at this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in here. Y'all already know what time it is. Tapping is absolute clapping. So thank y'all so much for getting in here and tapping and getting those likes up and getting in here and doing the shares, doing all the good things that we need to do to get attention to this live, to let everybody know that Straight Facts is up in Adam. Let's go. Yeah, I see a lot more people reposting. Y'all go ahead and repost. If you've never seen me before, please go ahead and follow. I promise you it will not disappoint. My name is Straight Facts, and that is what I do. I give y'all these straight facts every single day. So if you guys can go ahead and do the repost, if you guys can go ahead and follow. Yeah, never have run across me before. Again, my name is Straight Facts. Welcome to my live. Tapping is clapping. Let's get those likes up. I'm trying to wait until we get to 100 people in here. I am trying to wait till we get to 100 people in here. We're almost there. We're at 83. I'm sure we can get a few more people in here so I can start the live all the way up. There we go. We are going to 90. Let's get it. Let's get it in here. Let's get this Friday up and going. Come on, y'all. Let's get it. Come on in here. Take off your shoes. Get comfortable. Get your devil's lettuce. Get your coffee. Get whatever it takes to make you comfortable. I actually have a cousin named Java. Java. I always thought that was a very unique name. Let's get on up in here and let's get your life going this morning. Good morning. Peace. I see you. Good morning. So I think we're almost there. I know it keeps going down, then going back up, then going down, then going back up. But I'm going to start this video in a couple of seconds. But before I do that, let's read over the picture that I have in here. Let me see. Good morning. How you doing? I need a cool billion to be comfy. I know that's right. We've got a lot. Sometimes, but Tanya, money ain't everything. Money don't always buy happiness. Trust me. Trust me and believe me. Money don't always buy happiness. And that's the crazy part. Is when you're sitting up with a whole bunch of money in the bank and you still not happy, or you still feel like you're missing something, that's worse. You know what I mean? It's worse to have a lot of money. I know, but I sure like to try, right? It's worse to have a lot of money in the bank and still don't have people that you can depend on. Imagine that. I'd rather be broke and have good friends and good family, rather than have a lot of money and not know who to trust. I've been there before. It's a lonely feeling. All right, so we are at 111 people in here now, so I can get it started for real. So the meme behind me says we've got a lot of stupid people in this country running things. He always owns himself. I can tell the truth at least once. He can tell the truth. He can tell the truth at least once. Yeah, he knows. Good morning, Amanda. He knows it's him. He knows it's him. It's him. He's stupid. I mean, come on, man. You gotta be zip damn stupid to take your ass to the UN and get mad because the escalator stopped on you when you got. It's Mother Nature. It's Mother Nature. That's probably waiting on them JE files. You ain't gonna never get them JE files, baby. You might as well go ahead and just go ahead and say in your mind that you already know that he on them, because we're never gonna get those files. I'm just gonna let you know. We're never gonna get those files. They're gonna sit on those files. We might be 80 before them files actually come all the way out. We get the videotape or whatever. Yeah, the escalator went on strike. Now, Mother Nature is a woman, and I believe she's a black woman. You know what I'm talking about? We know he's on it. Why would you work so hard? Why would you work so hard to keep them secret if you weren't on them? Yeah, you know what I mean? Sometimes people tell on themselves. I was a little kid. I was about 8 years old. My cousin lived with us, and she had $100 bill in her drawer. She shared rooms with me because she had to stay with us for a little while until she got on her feet. So she was saving up money to move, and she had $100. She had about, I don't know, probably like $300 or $400 bills in the drawer in the closet. And so me as an 8-year-old, I decided that I needed some candy and some more shit. Whatever I needed from the store, that's what I needed, right? And so, no, Shaper, the stupid people are in here now, as you can tell by let me show you something. This is how you know it's stupid people that's running it right now. Let me show you what I got here. Hold on just a second. You see that, Shaper? You see that, Shaper? That's how you know stupid people are running this country right now, because the unemployment rate rose to 10.8 right now for Americans aged 16 to 24 in the Trump GOP economy. 10.8 for young Americans, 16 to 24. That's absolutely horrible. So, Schaefer, you in here bumping your gums because it hurts your feelings for us to call a man that you have no idea, you've never met him before in your life, and you were in here capping and caping for him. Yeah. No, they're not stuck in their parents' basement. Mm-mm. That's your kids. That's your kids. Speak for yourself. See, you opened your mouth and you don't even know what you're saying because you're so silly. Because you were so anxious, so thirsty, so in a race to cape for a man that you have no idea. He doesn't know you. And he doesn't even care about you. But you came in here and embarrassed yourself just that fast. Let me explain something to y'all. If you don't know me, let me tell y'all. They can get a Roblox. Now, what they can do is they can stop fucking with silly people like you who don't understand how the government work. Understand that. Now, let me tell you something. Apparently, this is your first time meeting me in my room. In my room, my name is Straight Facts. My name is Straight Facts for a reason. Because I don't tolerate misinformation or propaganda in my room. You're gonna state facts in here. Okay? And we don't cape or cap for a old man that we don't know who they are. They don't have any, he is not related to you or me. At all. At all. No, they don't like being on their parents' health care. Stop pretending, Schaefer. Something's wrong with you. You're trying as hard as you possibly can, and it's just not working. You're making yourself look stupid. So I see that you have your invites off, Schaefer. So since you have your invites off, I'm only going to request you to come up once. If you don't come up, then I'm going to go ahead and take away your First Amendment rights in my room, because you don't have a right to that in here. So you have a choice. You can keep on talking that bullshit, or you can get the fuck up here on this panel. But what you can't do is continue spreading misinformation in my room. Okay? Okay? So, come on up here. Come on, Schaefer. Yeah, I didn't think so. I thought you were full of shit. I thought you were as full of shit as I thought you were in the first place. So let's mute you. Let's take away your voice. And then let's escort you and deport you to the country that you came from, which is outside of Straight Facts' country. So you have the day that you deserve, Schaefer. But boy, fuck up out my room with that bullshit. Yeah, I didn't already block them, baby. Nobody got time for that. Yeah, grow up. Yeah, grow up. This is not the room to and spread misinformation. This is not it. This is not the room. You have the ability to swipe up and go outside of this room and go to whatever other room you want to go to. I don't mind having a conversation with you, Trumpers. I don't mind having a conversation with you, MAGAs. I don't mind having a conversation with you, NAGAs. I don't mind having a conversation with you, BLAGAs and SPLAGAs. I don't mind. But what you aren't going to do, what you're not going to do, is you're not going to be in here talking shit like you own this motherfucker. You're not going to be in here just spreading misinformation like, it's cool. Trump's my daddy. Oh, okay. Come up here. Come up here, Diane. Let's go. Come on up here, Diane. Because nobody got upset until you guys came in here mad because Trump called himself stupid and his administration mad because I'm presenting you with facts that you can't take. So now you want to come in here and you think you're going to talk shit to me. That's not how it goes. I control my entire room. That means even my chat. So I'm going to ask you one more time. Come on up here or you can get the fuck out of my room. That's what you can do. Yeah, because I'm not nice like all the other content creators. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute you. So you can't keep buzzing in my chat. I'm going to give you one more second to come up on my panel and accept my invite. It's not really an invite. It's an ultimatum, Diana. Bet you won't. Bet you will not, because you're chicken shit. So I'm going to go ahead and send you on your way with your chicken shit ass. Have the day you deserve. Boy. You motherfuckers is so funny to me. Because why do y'all come up in people's lives and talk that shit? See, the problem is that you think that we can't read that fast, and I read extremely fast, and I comprehend even faster. So once I catch that stank ass comment that you're making, see, y'all think because I'm talking to somebody else that I'm not actually still reading your comment. This is not the average everyday room. I do not allow you to spread propaganda and misinformation in my room, period, dots, period. Now, again, you might be able to get away with that in other people's rooms. Take your ass the fuck over there. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to play in my face in my motherfucking room. Now, I'm going to say it one more time. If you don't like them rules, take your funky finger and swipe the fuck up. Because we all know that motherfucking finger smell like shit. Because you didn't have it stuck somewhere you ain't had no business having it stuck all night. Go find you somebody else to play with, because I am not a child. I'm an adult. You understand what I'm saying to you? I am not a child. I am an adult. So if you want to play, go play with somebody else. Because I'm not the 1, 2, or 3. All right. Since we got that understood this morning, now let me put that picture back up there, and you're gonna come in here and you're gonna behave yourself, and you're gonna be an adult in the room like you're supposed to be if you're in my room anyway. You're supposed to be 18 years of age or older when you come to my room, and you're supposed to behave yourself as an adult would. So I would appreciate it if you would do so, and not come in here and act like a petulant child trying to spread misinformation because you don't like what you're hearing. Thank you, Stacey. I appreciate you. Don't play with me. Y'all like to go out here and y'all like to play with everybody else. Today is Friday. I woke up. I'm in a good mood, but don't motherfucking play with me today. All right. Since I got y'all up out of here, since y'all understand the rules and regulations of Straight Facts Room, I expect for us all to behave. Good morning, sister. I expect for us all to behave as the adults that we are moving forward. Mods, if anybody comes in here trying to spread misinformation, go ahead and mute them, and then go ahead and block them. You might be able to go ahead and warn them once, but after that, go ahead and mute them and go ahead and block them. I really just don't have the patience for them this morning, because we're all adults in here. And if you come in here to be a shit stir your ass in your own fucking life, go the fuck over there to your motherfucking conservative lives and do that little stupid ass shit. Nobody wants to be bothered with that shit every fucking day. This fucking MAGA shenanigans. Nobody has to be bothered with that shit every single day. The fuck? Y'all ought to be tired of that shit. God damn, it's just childish. So anyway, let me go ahead and play this video, you guys. Again, I'm going to play a video about a gentleman. His name is Vernon. This is not my family. This is a friend of mine's family. And I felt like it was very relevant. Yeah, crush him, don't save him. I felt like it was very relevant to what we're going through and what we're talking about right now. So let me go ahead and start the video. Steeped in hatred and authored, they're showing a picture of the Triple K. January 10th, 1966. Not that long ago.
In the dark breath of night, two sets of headlights flare. scattering a tangle of light across a country road and illuminating a
Is that right,
solitary
sis?
farmhouse. Inside it lives 58-year-old Vernon Damer, a father of 8 and black. In 1966, in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, headlights shining through Damer's window can mean only one thing. The Klan has decided to pay a visit. Inside the house with Vernon are his daughter, Betty, and his wife, Ellie.
I heard the gunshots coming in. In a short time, they threw something in through the living room and it just scuffed and flame. The flame was just roaring, coming after us. And I was yelling to Vernon to get up. I believe they got us this time.
As the Klan puts Damer's house to the torch, Vernon grabs his gun and opens fire, hoping to provide cover while his family escapes from the flames.
I was screaming and crying because I was in pain. But when I could look at my daddy and see that the skin was literally hanging off him like a sheet of paper, and he never complained, he never cried. He was just concerned that we stay out of the reflection of the light from the house so that if they did come back, they couldn't find us to kill us.
Vernon Damer's farmhouse is burned to the ground. The men in white sheets dissolve back into the night, and Damer himself is left barely alive, with burns over more than 40% of his body.
You would tell me, don't cry. Everything's gonna be all right. Vernon was dying then, and I didn't know it.
Vernon Damer is taken to Forest County General Hospital. 13 hours later, he is pronounced dead. The Federal Bureau of Investigation sends 28 agents to Hattiesburg. Their mission? Find out who killed Vernon Damer. FBI Special Agent Jim Ingram quickly develops a theory as to who is responsible.
He had threats against his life because he used his small grocery store next to his home to register blacks to vote. So we knew the Klan had been watching Vernon Damer.
As agents sift through the rubble, they find evidence they hope might provide a break in the case.
We found a gun. A gun had been dropped. We knew a car had been shot up. We had enough evidence at the scene to assist us in our investigation.
This charred .22 is dusted for fingerprints, but yields nothing. FBI agents then begin a hunt for the gun's owner, door to door, through the Mississippi countryside.
That's right, Kim.
And into the heart of the Klan's secret society. By 1966, 10,000 men boast allegiance to the Mississippi Klan. Many of them, however, draw the line at murder.
All of a sudden, the Klan had turned into a murder's row, selecting individuals who they felt should be assassinated and removed from society. So other Klan members started to say, this is not for me. I could go to prison. I'm getting out.
FBI agents find several Klan members who are willing to talk. From those conversations, the Bureau puts together a list of 14 men, all core Klansmen, all thought to be at Vernon Damer's farm. As agents begin to pore through the list of names, Vernon Damer's family prepares for a funeral. Vernon Damer Jr. is the oldest of 7 boys, a master sergeant on active duty with the U.S. Air Force. The day after his father's murder, the son comes home to Mississippi.
My dad had died. My little sister was still in the hospital. The home site had been destroyed along with the grocery store. The family was homeless.
One by one, the other Damer sons also make their way home. each a member of the U.S. military, each sworn to protect the same right their father had died for: the right to live as a free man.
He was seeking the opportunity. The right was there. He was seeking the opportunity to vote. But this opportunity was being denied by the hate mongers, better known as the White Knights of the Ku Klux Klan.
Vernon Dahmer was murdered because he dared to register black people to vote. And although his family knows the name of Vernon's killer, they do not know his...
The man was unalived. Okay? This is 1966. I want to say that one more time. This was 1966. The man was unalived because he had the nerve to help black people vote. These were not progressives. These were conservatives. This was the GOP, the Grand Old Party. Okay? Okay? That's the reason why I'm playing this video. Because I want you guys to understand that the behavior that we are seeing with MAGA is not new. This is not new. This is the same exact behavior that they perpetuated less than 63 years ago. 60-something, how many years ago was that? Okay? People are still alive when people were unaliving people for the sheer right to vote. Okay? This is why they want to erase the history. 59. See, a lot of y'all knew exactly how old it is because I'm sure a lot of y'all were born in that year. There you go. Born in 67. That was not that long ago, you guys. That's why it is extremely important to understand your history and what happened so that we don't repeat it, so we know when it's coming. That is the reason why they want us to shut us up and do away with our history. Because if they shut us up, then our young people cannot recognize when they're trying to do it to them. This is the same shit that Charlie Kirk and them are doing. They're trying to brainwash you. They're even a little bit more slick. Because what they're trying to do is make you to believe that racism doesn't exist when it was on fire just 60 years ago. So you mean to tell me within the 60-year period of 1966 to 2026 that all of a sudden magically delicious or motherfucking racism just went away? You are full of shit, and I'm not believing anything you're saying. Now you guys see why I was not willing to tolerate any MAGA bullshit this morning? None of it. None of it. This is not a laughing matter. This is very serious. I'm not dealing with misinformation or propaganda in my motherfucking life. Not today. Not today. We're going to talk about it. We're going to listen to it. We're going to hear about it. I don't give a fuck how uncomfortable it makes you.
Face. Nor do they hold any illusions about the quality of justice available to a black man in Mississippi.
In 1966.
Looking at the history of Mississippi, I didn't have much hope. Black folks had been murdered by white folks and nothing ever been done about it. So as far as hope is concerned, I really didn't have a lot of hope.
This man was in the military, and he said he had no hope that they would find his father's unalivers simply because he wanted to register them. But I want you guys to understand how serious this is. You guys understand what we're saying here? And then you guys got the nerve, the caucasity to run around here and say we the most red rummers when this is the type of motherfucking shit y'all would do in behind a fucking vote. I don't want to hear that shit. You coming in here and taking your fucking fingers and tapping on this goddamn keyboard and sending a funky ass motherfucking message. You're just as bad as these men that were in these motherfucking white hats and robes. You're trying to divert the conversation. You're trying to disenfranchise the black people that are in this room. You're trying to make us believe that you're not the racist pieces of shits that you are. You're trying to make us believe that the Democratic Party that we support right now is the exact same Democratic Party that did these atrocities, and it is not. They were, I'm going to say it again, they were conservatives. Do you think that the Democratic Party of today was the same Democratic Party that went to this man's house and threw a fire, started a fire in his house and unalived this man with his black motherfucking family inside of this house? It makes no sense, MAGA, blagga, naga. That makes no sense to sit your silly ass up there and say that these were black people. These were people that loved black people that went to their home and unalived them. Because they were registering other black people to vote. That makes no sense, blagga. Stop lying.
No arrests have been made. The Dahmer case goes cold and stays that way until rumors begin to surface about the .22 caliber gun picked from the rubble of Vernon Dahmer's home. They came under cover of night, wearing white sheets, carrying guns and homemade bombs. Their target? A black man who registered people to vote. By sunup, his home and business were turned to ash, and Vernon Dahmer was dead. A year later, the FBI has a lead, a list of 14 men, all Klan members believed to be at Dahmer's farm.
Thank you, Alikins. I see you turn up that gift and go.
The leader of the group, Mississippi's Imperial Wizard, Sam Bowers. One of the men on the list, a Klan foot soldier named Billy Roy Pitts.
On January the 10th, Billy Roy Pitts was one of those individuals who was assigned by Sam Bowers, head of the White Knights of the KKK, to assassinate Vernon Dahmer.
Informants within the ranks of the Klan link a .22 caliber gun found at the crime scene to Pitts. FBI agents believe it is the lever they need to get Pitts talking. On April 4th, they put out the word to pick up Billy Roy for questioning. In the back alleys of Hattiesburg, rumor and fear run rampant. Billy Roy Pitts has dropped out of sight. Many inside the Ku Klux Klan believe he is about to talk to the government, and the Klan wants to find him first. Meanwhile, Pitts finds no easy place to rest his head.
I went out in Texas a while, went in New Orleans a while, and I ran till I couldn't go anymore. The FBI was looking for me. The Ku Klux Klan was looking for me. The Laurel Police Department was looking for me, which was, most of them was part of the Klan. Everybody was looking for me. Everybody wanted me. I had nowhere to turn, nowhere to go.
After 6 months on the run, Billy Roy holds up with his brother, a preacher living in Louisiana. Late one night, Billy Roy and his brother talk.
I sat down and I told my brother the whole story from A to Z.
You can probably...
And I told him I don't know what to do. So he advised me the best thing I could do was go to the FBI, tell them the whole thing, pay whatever price I had to pay, and then get on with my life.
Pitts calls the FBI and sets up a meeting
Good
in
morning, Angel.
exchange for an offer of immunity and protection from the Klan. Pitts lays out the blueprint for a Klan attack. He begins by explaining a secret code for punishment. The Klan calls them projects.
Project number one was like arresting someone, burning a cross in front of their house as a warning. And project number two was like taking someone out, beating them, or whatever. Number three was
Thank you,
burning
Molly
a
Watt.
building or burning their house or their church or whatever. And number four was natural annihilation, killing someone.
Pitts tells the FBI only one man in Mississippi carries the authority to order a number 4. The Klan's imperial wizard, Sam Bowers.
He wanted to make sure that Vernon Dahmer was taken care of. He wanted a number 3 and, if all possible, a number 4 done on Vernon Dahmer.
According to Pitts, his job was to provide cover as other Klansmen set Vernon Dahmer's home ablaze, with an entire family trapped inside.
And one of the men made a remark on the way back to the car after it was all over. He heard him holler out, and he said, "Let the nigger die." You know, that's what we came here for.
Billy Roy Pitts provides the FBI with a blow-by-blow account of the Dahmer attack, and most importantly, the names of the men underneath the white sheets.
He named all the individuals involved in riding in the 2 cars. He names the individuals who was assigned to firebomb the grocery store of Vernon Dahmer's, firebomb the house, who was to shoot and keep family members inside the house where they would be totally destroyed in a fire. So he laid out to the government everything that we needed to know.
As the FBI begins to arrest the men Pitts has named, a campaign of terror unfolds, beginning with threats against the state's star witness, a very frightened Billy Roy Pitts.
He had every right to be scared. In other words, Billy Roy Pitts was on their hit list when they found out that the FBI had been able to, quote, turn, unquote. Then their assignment was to kill Billy Roy Pitts before he had a chance.
Let me stop real quick. But Mr. Bernard says straight, I hope this don't mean today time Project 25 is related to the same thing, talking point. Yes, that's exactly what it means. The reason why it feels similar because it is a replay of what actually happened back in the day. It was a regrab at power. It was a daughters of Confederate going around putting up your monuments. It was a whitewashing of our history books. It was the same thing. You guys understand that they did all that like 50 years after the Civil War. So this was a regrab at power. This is a regrab at terrorism. This is a regrab at putting black people in their place. This is what we're doing now. They are doing the same. It's the same exact playbook. It's just now that it's 2026. It worked before. It worked before because it caused us not to want to talk about it. It worked before because we decided to not tell our kids about it. It worked before because we thought if we just kept our head down, went to work, kept, talk as white as we possibly could and not shake up the status quo, that we wouldn't have a problem. But as you can see, with all that said and done, with the code switching, with the flat ironing of the hair, with the trying to be humble, walking across the street, not giving eye contact, trying to tone down our blackness as much as possible, it did not help us get anywhere. So why in the fuck would we do that dumb shit again? Because we have hateful people who voted him back in. He represented. I wanted to make sure you was one of us, baby. Okay, thank you. That's why I asked you that question. All right, so let's keep it going. The history is trying to repeat itself. It can only repeat itself if you don't know what happened. These lessons that I am teaching you guys every Friday is for you guys to take these lessons and give. I'm not giving these lessons to you guys for free. I'm giving you guys these lessons so you can go and explain this to your family, especially white tea people. I need for you guys to pick up on these lessons and go ahead and give them to your family members to let them know, because the part of whitewashing history was to put you guys to sleep as well. You understand what I'm saying? What Charlie Kirk was doing was the exact same thing. He tried to lull us to sleep with Christianity, with the thought of turn the other cheek while they don't, with the thought of you get to live in luxury when you die while they live in luxury now, with the thought of, the hero of the story looks just like the oppressor. You give me the Bible. You got old black women right now that got Jim Crow Jesus up on their wall, and you can't make them take it down because they have been brainwashed. They have been lulled to sleep. That's the reason why they don't want us to talk about these kind of things, because as long as we don't talk about this stuff, guess what? They can lull our young people to sleep. That's why they are anxious, thirsty as fuck to get out on HBU campuses, because they feel like if they could start turning some of our black children into the putting them back to sleep, then they can go ahead and make us still support the system that puts the white tea man at the top of the totem pole while simultaneously oppressing us. If they pat you on your head and tell you you're doing a good job, you have a problem, Houston. You have a problem. That young man that was crying in the car the other day that said don't look at him, don't worry about his color, worry about his content of his character. That's exactly what they want these young people to say. He's so mad at the fact that he was born black. And instead of him putting the blame where the blame is due, which is on white tea people, they have convinced some of our young people to believe that it's black people that are the racist ones. It's black people that make you feel insecure or feel bad about what color you are. You see how fuck of a mind fuck? They're good at this. They're good at it because they've been doing it for centuries. It's the same playbook, and they just go back to that same playbook and they run it over again. They got y'all thinking that y'all are victims. Imagine that you have a victim mentality. That's the reason why you're out here on this app talking about what white tea men have done in the past, what white tea women, other monstrous behavior. You see what I'm saying to you? It is an absolute mind fuck for them to try to make you believe that the reason why the NBA is so good is because they only hire the people that are qualified for the job. If they hire white people, then the NBA won't be as good as that. That's the reason why we don't hire a lot of black people in business, because, black people just aren't as smart. They're physically qualified they're physically able to, they're better at sports than white tea people are. We'll readily admit that in a minute. But when it comes to thinking, not so much. That's the message. That is the message that they are trying to push on your children. How fucking disgusting. If the fuck if we master sports, understand what I'm saying to you. We master everything. If we succeed or is successful despite, if we were able to get it out the mud and we were sent out to pasture during Emancipation Proclamation, we were given nothing. And I'm sitting at home right now that's bigger than most of you guys' motherfucking apartments, buildings that you live in. That tells you that we are a very intelligent group of people. We learned English on the fly and are still able to code switch and make people believe that we are speaking in their dialect, when really when we get home, we speak in our own dialect. Look how amazing it is for our young people to have my generation of people, ex-generationers, to come up with hip hop and now have billionaires off of spoken language. Let's go.
To testify.
Pitts is placed under heavy guard. Meanwhile, the threats escalate to include the prosecutor working the case, a young attorney named James Dukes.
The people that were involved in this investigation were not intimidated by a bunch of hoodlums.
Let me say this real quick. We look how amazing this is that we took a language that we learned on the fly, we flipped it into poetry and then turned it into music and then made billionaires from it. How fucking amazing. How amazing of a people that we are. How fucking amazing. We took the stories that the experiences that we had with police brutality and turned it into music and turned it into something that people wanted to listen to, and we made millions off of it. We took our bad times, we took oppression, we took the N-word, and we turned it around and we made it something. We took the slop that was given to us to survive off of and made it into soul food, and people are actually making. What a fucking amazing people. What amazing. Just think about what we would be had we not been oppressed, what we could be had we not had obstacles thrown in our face. Look at a group of women that were more likely than not born the second or third generation removed from slavery, are the most educated demographic in this country. What fucking amazing people we are. Look at a group of women that they took our men out of our home and we were still able to raise children, go to school, go to work, provide a beautiful living, an environment, a life for our children when we came from nothing. A lot of us were teenage mothers that started off on welfare. I want y'all to think about that.
I don't mean to say that braggadociously, but this was our community.
In January of 1968, of the Dahmer attack, and most importantly, the names of the men underneath the white sheets.
He named all the individuals involved in riding in the two cars. He names the individuals who was assigned to firebomb the grocery store of Vernon Dahmer's, firebomb the house, who was to shoot and keep family members inside the house where they would be totally destroyed.
Disgusting.
In a fire. So he laid out to the government everything that we needed to know.
As the FBI begins to arrest the men Pitts has named, a campaign of terror unfolds, beginning with threats against the state's star witness, a very frightened Billy Roy Pitts.
He had every right to be scared. In other words, Billy Roy Pitts was on their hit list when they found out that the FBI had been able to, quote, turn, unquote, Billy Roy Pitts. Then their assignment was to kill Billy Roy Pitts before he had a chance to testify.
Pitts is placed under heavy guard. Meanwhile, the threats escalate to include the prosecutor working the case, a young attorney named James Dukes.
Johnny Cash, I gotta look at that. I'm not sure what's going on.
Involved in this investigation.
I think you gotta do super fan.
Intimidated by a bunch of hoodlums. And I don't mean to say that braggadociously, but this was our community.
In January of 1968, Dukes secures 9 indictments for murder. One for each of the men Billy Roy Pitts identified as being at Dahmer's property that night. Klan leader Sam Bowers is also charged with murder, as well as conspiracy to commit arson.
Forest County Courthouse, 1968.
7 members of the Ku Klux Klan are tried for Vernon Dahmer's murder. 4 are eventually found guilty. The sense of justice, however, is incomplete. The man believed to have ordered the attack on Vernon Dahmer faces 3 separate trials. Each time, the jury hangs. And Imperial Wizard Sam Bowers walks away a free man.
Oh, I cried each time that we couldn't get a jury that would convict him. I know the prosecutors tried hard, but they picked the best people they thought would be on the jury, but they have no way of knowing how they're going to vote either.
Sam Bowers was a very shrewd individual. He knew he was above the others that he led, so he insulated himself where he felt that they could never reach him.
After the 3rd trial,
That's right, buddy.
prosecutors decide it's time to move on, and the case against Sam Bowers goes cold. The men who work the case don't forget Sam Bowers and the evil they believe he represents.
Sam Bowers was the acknowledged leader, Grand Wizard, if you please, of the White Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. You cut off the head of the snake, you kill the snake.
Good morning, Dre.
And that's what he was. He was the head of a snake.
26 years after Sam Bowers was first charged, cold case detectives take a final shot at beheading the King Cobra of the Ku Klux Klan. Almost 30 years have passed since the Ku Klux Klan murdered civil rights activist Vernon Dahmer. 4 members of the Klan have gone to jail for the crime, but not the men suspected of ordering the attack. The Imperial Wizard of the Mississippi Klan, Sam Bowers.
I know they did. And
The
they
face
probably
of the
start
South,
with an N
however,
and lover.
is changing, as is the atmosphere that once allowed old wrongs to linger. The first blow is struck 90 miles north of Hattiesburg, in Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi, 1994.
31 years after civil rights activist Medgar Evers was gunned down, white supremacist Byron Della Beckwith is convicted of the murder and sentenced to life in prison. The case gains national media attention and offers a measure of hope for the family of Vernon Dahmer.
When the Evers family was actually successful in getting a new trial, we really got in high gear, so to speak, about trying to get my daddy's case reopened.
In 1996, Lindsey Carter is the district attorney for Hattiesburg. He meets with the Dahmer family and agrees to take a fresh look at the case.
A lot of the witnesses were deceased, and the rest were unwilling to talk to you. And so we started to realize that if we put everything together, which we were slowly doing, trying to reconstruct all the evidence that was used at the original trial, that we may need somebody in addition that didn't testify at the first trial.
Carter believes the best way to attack the Klan is from within. Find a witness who was close to Sam Bowers during the 1960s and is willing to talk. In April of 1997, the strategy pays off. After a series of anonymous phone calls, a man named Bob Stringer steps forward. In 1966, Stringer was a teenager, as well as an errand boy for Sam Bowers. Stringer claims he overheard Bowers speaking at a Klan meeting one night.
Slams his hand on the table and stands up kind of and says, something's got to be done about the Dahmer nigger down south. He's causing problems. The West said, just put a code 4 on him, said that'll shut him up.
In the language of the Klan, a code 4 translates to murder. Stringer's story corroborates the one offered by Klansman Billy Roy Pitts 30 years earlier, and provides the new piece of evidence prosecutors are looking for. On May 28th, they charged 73-year-old
Hey,
Sam
Chunky
Bowers
Spider.
with murder. It is the fourth time the Klan leader will face charges relating to Dahmer's death, and the fourth time Billy Roy Pitts will be asked to testify against his old boss.
I told him that I would do it for the Dahmer family, but only for the Dahmer family. I wouldn't do it for the Attorney General's office, the FBI, nobody else. And the only reason was for the Dahmer family only, because I felt that I owed the Dahmer family that much.
On August 17th, 1998, a relic goes on trial. Sam Bowers is accused of murder in a time and place not far enough in our past, when some men dressed in sheets and hated people simply because of the color of their skin. For those who live in Mississippi, Bowers' trial is as much about that time and that place as it is about the Klan leader himself.
I want you guys to understand something. This was 1998. 1998, y'all. That's some of you young adults that are in here. Some of you 30-year-olds. So when they try to make y'all believe that racism was so far ago, it's not that bad anymore. It was the Democrat Party who came up with the KKK, the same ones who are the Democrat Party that are up today. They're lying to you in your fucking face because they know you're not you are too lazy to go actually do the fucking work. You're too lazy to look it up. You're too lazy. Tell me what the fuck happened from 1998 until today that made so big of a difference that there is no racism anymore. It is not any. There was nothing that happened. They did a racism in your face. They took the opportunity in 2020 and made you guys, some of you guys believe that is the Democrat Party of today is the Democrat Party of yesteryear, and you are listening to this video and you know now that that is an absolute lie. Go and take it back to your friends. Give it to your relatives. Talk to the 14-year-olds that you fuck with every day. Make sure they understand that that is a lie. There was a party switch. There was an ideology switch. These people were not friendly to black people and burned crosses in their front yards and went ahead and unalived them for registering black people to vote. They were not friendly. These were Ku Klux Klan members, aka Dixiecrats, aka conservatives. Conservatives. Okay? Stop letting these people tell y'all and fill y'all with these bold-faced ass lies. When you know better, you do better.
Prosecutor Bob Helfrich.
The Klan was a very small minority that gave Mississippi and the whole South a bad name. It's like a sore that's festering that you need to clean.
At trial, Sam Bowers' attorney claims his client is innocent, and that Billy Roy Pitts is casting the former Klan leader in the convenient role of scapegoat.
His attorney likened it to a persecution, saying we were persecuting Sam Bowers, that Bowers didn't have anything to do with it, and that Pitts was a liar. And I find Pitts to be a very, very honest person.
Bowers' trial lasts 5 days. Each day, the Dahmer family attends, watching justice play out from the first row of the courthouse balcony.
Looking at this guy and how he had escaped justice for some 32 years. He walked the streets while my dad lay dead in the cemetery. Mm-hmm. I wanted him to go to prison.
Mm-hmm.
After 3 hours of deliberations, the jury gives Vernon Dahmer Jr. the verdict he seeks. Sam Bowers is found guilty of murder and sentenced to a term of life in prison.
Mm-hmm.
As Bowers is let
Damn right.
the man who helped to put him there seeks out Vernon Dahmer's widow and asks for his forgiveness.
The Dahmer family, they forgave me for what I'd done. That was a relief. There's no way for me to describe the feeling that I had, because I had battled for all these years with this on my conscience.
Listen to this beautiful black woman.
I didn't know I could forgive Billy Ross for what he had done. But you know, when a person asks for forgiveness and you can look him straight in the eyes, you can never feel it. It took a burden off my heart.
I saw this documentary. It's really, really strong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I stopped hating Billy Ross that day.
Imagine. When they say in Egypt, when you pass, you're supposed, they have the Dead Sea Scrolls, and they would actually had a picture of you. They would take your heart and put it on the scale next to a feather. And if your heart if the feather was heavier than the heart, then they knew that you were a good person. This is what they meant. How in the fuck? Let me tell y'all something. I don't know if I could be that good of a person. If somebody unalived my husband just for the simple fact that he was trying to register black people to vote, I don't know if I could say I forgive that person. I don't give a fuck 10, 20, 30 years from now. I don't know if I could be that good of a person. This shows you that black people have something inside of them that's different than other people. For this woman to be able to say, I forgive him. I looked him in his eyes and I understood that he was sorry for what he did and I forgave him. I have to give her every goddamn good grace that I can possibly give her, because I probably wouldn't be able to do it.
Same land destroyed by hate in 1966.
I'm gonna mute you real quick,
The
Sadie.
Dahmer
I'm
family
gonna let you in
walks
just
their
a second.
rebuilt homestead in what is now called the New South.
Listen to this, y'all.
A region struggling to come to terms with the lessons of its past. Lessons carved out of bitter experience and handed down by the people who lived them.
The days of Sam Bowers had passed him by, and he had lived long enough for Mississippi to change on him, and it caught him.
And
that very, very, very system that protected him for all those years now was turning him over to the justice system for him to pay for his crime.
36 years after Vernon Dahmer sacrificed his life for the right to vote, his widow, Ellie Dahmer, serves as an election commissioner for Forest County, Mississippi.
Now look at that. Look at what she decided to do with her life. She decided, even though I think that is the strength, I think that is the strength that I needed to hear when I heard that lady say she works as an election official, even though her husband was unalive, for doing the exact same thing. It's a strength within us that's unspeakable. It's the same exact strength that allowed black women to give birth to children in conditions that not even animals wouldn't want to live in. It's something magical about a person that can do that.
I certainly hope that if there are any young people who don't go to the poll and vote, they will find strength in going to the poll and vote. We paid such a high price, Black America especially, to have the privilege to vote. If anybody's paid a price for it, my family have paid a price for it.
When I tell you, it says Sam Bowers died in prison in 2006. So they got him in there just before he unalived. There's another story right after that.
Yep.
I don't want to play right now because it's too long, and I know we spent a lot of time watching that. But I promise you, I think that when first of all, again, it's a friend of mine who told me about this, and this is her family. It's the great-great-granddaughter of Vernon. And when I pulled it up and I watched it, and it's a person that's not on TikTok. And when I pulled it up and I watched it, I was fucking outdone. My mouth was hung so wide open because the parallels to what's going on right now was just astounding. I mean, I was like taken aback by the simple fact that we're going through damn near the same exact thing then. And you heard what that woman said. Her family suffered the consequences to allow y'all to vote. And while y'all going out here voting for the same motherfuckers that would have unalived your goddamn ass had you been in that period of time, you sit now, does it make you really relook at Blaga and Splaga? Like, what the fuck are y'all really even doing here? Hold on just a second. I'm going to play one more thing for y'all. It's real quick. And it's real quick. So I'm going to play it for y'all real quick so we can bring us back to today and what's going on today. So give me just a second. And I'm telling y'all, after watching that, this is going to be extremely triggering, but I need to play this after that video. So give me a second and then I'll let you run it. Come up in here, Seti, Sister Yvette, and Dark Curls. I want y'all to kind of keep it to a minimum, y'all, because I want to talk about Comey in a minute after we finish going through this. I started to do Comey first, but I thought this was more important. But let me go ahead on and play this video for y'all. I'm telling y'all right now, after watching that video, you guys are going to be triggered by this.
Representatives, Abraham Lincoln was the first Republican president. Lincoln wanted to free the slaves. Democrats fought a war to keep their slaves. Republican President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, freeing all slaves in America. Democrat slave owners were furious. Lincoln made equality for all black people part of the official Republican Party platform. Republicans wrote and passed the 13th Amendment, ending slavery forever in the United States. Most Democrats voted against it. Republicans wrote and passed the 14th Amendment and granted citizenship and equal protection under the law to former slaves. No Democrats voted for it. Republicans wrote and passed the 15th Amendment, allowing black Americans the right to vote. No Democrats voted for it. The first black senator was a Republican. The first black member of the U.S. House of Representatives, a Republican and former slave. In fact, the first 23 African-American members of Congress were all Republican. While Republicans were electing black people to Congress, the Democrats were founding the KKK. The KKK was founded in opposition to the Republican Party. The KKK dedicated itself to a campaign of violence against Republican leaders and voters, both black and white. The KKK wanted white supremacy fulfilled through electing Democrats. Democrat states passed racist Jim Crow laws that dehumanized black people. Republican President Dwight D. Eisenhower sent the National Guard to protect black students, integrating into all-white schools in Little Rock, Arkansas. Who opposed this? The Democrats who ran that state. A segregationist Democrat ran for president every cycle until the 1980s. The Civil Rights Act outlawed discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, or sex. By percentage, more Republicans voted for the Civil Rights Act than Democrats. Republican President Nixon used federal powers to desegregate even more states. Black Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas nominated by George H.W. Bush. His son, George W. Bush, started an AIDS program that saved over 13 million lives, mostly in Africa. President Trump restored funding to historically black colleges and universities. President Trump passed the First Step Act, achieving landmark criminal justice reforms. President Trump passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which featured opportunity zones incentivizing long-term investments in low-income communities. Under President Trump, unemployment for black Americans fell to the lowest number Americans have ever seen, and black wages rose to the highest numbers in history. Meanwhile, Democrat governor of Virginia wears blackface multiple times and remains in office while Joe Biden tells me I am not black unless I vote for him. So tell me, who are the real racists? Who wants to keep you in bondage? Be free. Live free. That is my right as an American.
Now, listening to that video, this motherfucker sounds even more stupid. This is the shit that I'm talking about. This is the reason why it is imperative that you go out and you talk to your children, you talk to your children's children, you talk to everybody, your children's friends, and whoever else that you can talk to. Because this motherfucker just named off a bunch of shit and he thought he was saying something, not realizing that the Democrats that he was talking about was fucking conservatives. He has no idea. He doesn't understand that Democrats is not always synonymous with progressive. Democrats and Republican is not always synonymous with progressive or liberalism. They don't understand that conservatism was fluid to both parties at one time, and that's why it is extremely important for. He even contradicted his own self by talking about they started the KKK and then turned around and said that the Democratic Party was signed for civil rights. Like, how are you the same party that held up the KKK and then the same party that helped passed civil rights legislation? Like, while he was doing this video, I'm pretty sure that he understood that he was contradicting his own self, but I think that he knew that he was too far gone at that point and he had to just keep it up. You understand that? Like, no, that wasn't Tim Scott. That was actually a regular TikToker. His name is Mr. Moderate Jones. This is his name. Go ahead. Come on up in here, Seti.
Well, I mean, think about it straight. And everybody, good morning, by the way. What did Jasmine Crockett say a couple of days ago when all those white people voted for Charlie Kirk's, CK's memorial, something in Congress to recognize him? Not only 2 white congressmen voted against it. Every last one of them voted for it. So in what you just said a minute ago, in both parties, you have racists. In both parties, you have the Dixiecrats. You have the Blue Dog. You still got Blue Dog Democrats right now. My old House rep is David Scott in Atlanta, and he is a black man, and he votes on that side all the time. They straddle the fence. And then when they need you, they come and get you. That is what the deal is. Everybody knows that the conservative, the party during the Democrats were racist, but it was a party switch. And all those racists, all those Dixiecrats went to the Republican Party in the 60s after the Civil Rights Act was passed. Even Lyndon Johnson said it was going to happen. Go ahead. I know you want me to be brief. Go ahead. I'm gonna stop there.
Thank you for that. That's one of the reasons why I brought you up here, because I knew you were gonna give us that good, rich history. Thank you, Seti. Come on in here, Miss Yvette. What you want to put on the table?
Good morning, Facts. So listen, I have to take a breath because that caught my breath, right? You know, but I needed to know this. But what I liked when you pulled it together is when you said they've been trying to strike at us and get us back under control since 1865, when the Civil War. That shit was so unnerving. And they're doing it right now. They're trying to, wrangle us up and get us back to 1865. I'm not going. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not going. And I'm going to land
I damn sure not going. It's just sick.
Y'all,
why in the world would why would go ahead, Dark? I'm sorry, baby. Go ahead.
Keep tapping the screen, keep sharing the live. And if you want to help Straight Facts, directly, please go to the app that has all the cash, $ Crystal Plumber 3. If someone could pin that in the comments in the chat, $ Crystal Plumber 3, and donate directly to the host. You know, she's got a lot going on with her family. Let's support her and how we can directly with the app that has the cash. $ Crystal Plumber 3.
And it goes direct to her, and TikTok gets none of it. Not a damn thing.
Thank you so much for gifting for housing for my son. I appreciate it. My granddaughter's birthday is coming up as well. If you guys want to help buy her some presents or whatever, I'll be more than happy to accept gifts from you guys that way as well. But again, I do thank you. I see someone just sent $20 for housing for my son. Thank you so much. I think that's your real name, so I'm not going to say your name, but you know exactly who you are. I really appreciate it. Dark Curls, did you want to put something on the table real quick before I move on?
I'm just, you know, I'm speaking as a white person, right? I'm learning when you do these Fridays, and if you're truly in the allyship and the accomplishments and the accomplices out there, this is the stuff we need to share with our families, the uncomfortable truth. Because some of y'all's memas and papas were alive during this time and voted along these same party lines. I was having a conversation with Wonder Woman this morning, and I said what changed it for my family from conservative to Democrat was Kennedy. So think about that. Kennedy was for Civil Rights Act. Kennedy was changing things. And my parents will tell, like my dad says, he voted for RFK Sr. And as he got home from the polling place, they found out he was unalived in that hotel in Los Angeles. And another thing that I want to say, and then I'll land my plane, is in Europe, being Democrat and socialist is one party. Being Democrat and conservative is another party. Being Democrat and, just being straight Democrat is a third party. And it varies in between. And what we have here, this whole just two-party system, is so far removed from like even what they have in Great Britain, what they have in Portugal, what they have in Spain, what they have in France. And people don't get it, that party lines switch, that party lines ebb and flow. And this is 100% why, like Seti said, they told these people, they told those Dixiecrats. Lyndon B. Johnson told them, you want to come over to our side? We're going to stop this ish. You want to come over to our side? You might be poor, but you're going to be better than the black man. We're gonna help you farmers. You ain't gonna be with them sharecroppers. Come to the Republican side. And that's where it all came to be, and that's where it got its insurgence with Reagan. Because Jimmy Carter was a Democrat, and he was a farmer from the South. And that's where I'm going to go. But I just want to tell you, I appreciate you and what you're teaching me, because these were things that I didn't learn in my history books in California. And I was sitting right next to the cousins and the family members of Tommy Smith, who raised his hand in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm. And let me say something. People like, well, what happened? Where was the party switch at? Hold on just a second. So they're trying to restrict my visibility again. You know what time it is on that one. They're trying to restrict my visibility. They're not allowing me to appeal it. So what I'm going to do, y'all, is y'all know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead on. I'm going to start over real quick. Because, see, this information that I'm getting out here this morning needs to be spread. It needs to be on the FYP page. And I'm just not going to let them break me this morning. Because, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to break me down. And I'm not going to let them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end the live, and I'm going to come right back on this live. Y'all come right back.
Okay, good deal. We'll see you in a minute.